1, 2, 3, 4!
Welcome to Cog Talk, a podcast brought to you by Cogstop Productions, home of podcasts, tabletop, and geek talk. 12 Years Hollow, the Cog Talk theme, is written and performed by Bear Ghost. To listen to this track and more, check out www.facebook.com/BearGhostAttacks. Hi, welcome to Cog Talk, a Cogstop Productions podcast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Scott.
And today we are recording for our audio podcast from Pokemon Stadia.
Yeah.
We've got all our badges.
No.
We were getting ready for this fight.
If they actually got to the stadium, they went to the school to get the free badges. Just for doing well.
There's no schooling involved in Pokemon. My mother sent me out when I was a young boy to catch them all and be a Pokemon master because some guy in a lab coat that lives near us has a dick grandson that I have to be better than.
No.
No, she sent you out of the house so she could bone that guy.
Mommy?
Oh
God. I think we're ruining Josh's Pokemon.
None of that's true. Don't worry, people. We're not in a stadium in another world.
Yes, we are.
We're in a kitchen.
And for those of you watching the video podcast on youtube.com/Cogstop you can see that we're at our usual set, which looks off like a house.
It's Ash Ketchum's house.
But if you close your eyes, you'll no longer be watching this video. And then we'll be in the Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
It'll be amazing. You should totally do that. Not for long, because you can watch us. So, I think that I hear wedding bells ringing.
Yes, you do.
It's none of us, $5, because you've already been married, and me and Josh are not in the market anytime soon, I guess. But that comes in line of
poor.
I was gonna say
I'm in a relationship and everything, but I'm poor.
I was gonna say that comes in line though of being like hosting a podcast. It's never like, hey, I'm gonna be the most successful person in the world. It's I'm gonna make dick jokes online for people who they think it's funny.
Well,
marriage material.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot harder time because I came into this with a girlfriend, and as of now, you are our sans girlfriend. Therefore, you're starting from 0 point.
It's like being being a comedian but worse.
Yeah.
Because comedians are funny. Oh. Anyways, wedding bells ringing.
Yes, wedding bells.
None of us. It is for Amazon and Twitch TV.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
So happy it's not Google.
I would have preferred Google. To catch everyone up to date, what has happened is that Twitch TV, a popular streaming site for video games being played by gamers, was originally looking like it was going to be sold to Google and therefore YouTube. But at the very last day, it seemed that they switched over and they signed on with Amazon for, what was it, $970 million?
Yeah, $970 million.
Now let me tell you why it's better that they went with Amazon. Here's Google, and Google says, well, here's your people, and here's our people, and we're going to go like this. And we're going to bring our people into your network, and you're going to do what we say. Amazon and Twitch, it's, hey, Twitch, we bought you. Here's a shitload of money, go do whatever the fuck you want. Keep doing what you're doing and make yourself better, because we believe in you.
Is that what Amazon does? Or are they like Facebook, where it's kind of like, oh, I'm going to buy the Oculus Rift? Why?
Well, no. Facebook wants the Oculus Rift. Actually, I don't know why.
Exactly.
They've never explained why.
Man,
But
it's not ready for it. They're protecting us.
the last thing we need is Sword Art Online. Well, no, and then Amazon, what they do is they see a company doing well, and they'll buy them when they can see that another company's sniffing around trying to shark them. Take them away and be like, hi, you're going to do what we say. So they buy them, give them money, and give them funds to continue what they're doing because they believe in their work.
So in your mind, Google's like the
devil.
aliens, and Amazon's like the guy running out like, it's a cookbook for people, they eat people.
Yes.
And all the Twitch streamers were like, oh, rip, we better go this way. Yes, I'm going to say rip because I know Pretty Rob Says it all the time,
And it
and
bugs the shit out of
every
me.
time he says it, I feel your soul like just lose a little bit of essence.
Rips, rip. It doesn't work when I do it.
No,
it doesn't.
you don't affect me.
Oh, I
But it's
affect you.
because to his credit, Pretty Rob throws his full body into it. It has to be like, like, oh man, it's weird to describe. That is, if it's a catchphrase, he's got it down.
He's even picked up Shrek, which I believe started within the past week. I have no idea what it means, but it's a Twitch vernacular that has started up, and he's already put it into his streams and is using it. He's very good at that.
Shrek.
I have no idea.
It's probably you got your shit wrecked.
Probably.
Wow, you are good at that. I was picturing like it was gonna be like, oh, you know, I totally just ogred you. But shipwreck, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that, Josh. I'm glad that we have you to figure out these goddamn anagrams from Twitch TV players.
I've watched Twitch at all.
But if you watch Twitch, you should totally take a chat. Rob, I fucked up your promo. I'm sorry.
No, you don't get one.
TwitchTV.com/PrettyRob. Yeah, I mean, Amazon might do well with Twitch. I'm not too sure. I know that one of the biggest things that they were worried about with YouTube taking it is YouTube has that automatic filter for copyrighted material. To the point where I heard one example was a game developer was showing a game off on Twitch that they made. And because their composer had copyrighted their song, when they tried to play their own game, it got flagged on YouTube and taken down.
Wow.
And it's like, no, we own the copyright. So it's like, why did you take down our thing? We made this.
Well, that's not just a YouTube thing. The program that they're using to run that filter is the program YouTube used to use until they developed their own. So Twitch has the old one now, and they're doing that for themselves to make them more partner
Acceptable.
Yeah.
Sorry, now I'm just picturing Rob's 100 follower celebration has turned down for what, like jam out session?
Oh, you didn't hear?
But with no audio?
You didn't hear?
What?
He did it twice. He did it when it happened, and like they didn't flag it. And then later at the end of his stream, for all the people that had come in, he did it again, and they flagged that one. Like it's him doing his thing, but it's silent.
That is beautiful because it's just so awkward because he just bobs and gets into it,
Yeah.
and we are not making him sound very flattering right now.
Well, no,
He
because
just bobs and gets
he's
into
hilarious.
it. He is funny. He's a funny guy. But I'm just saying, like he bobs and stuff like that, and it's like it's not a good describing word.
Just be honest, Pat. You respect him because he has a better Morford than you do.
Yeah, he's a little bit more power injured out. For the podcast listeners, you would recognize him as I think it was episode 9. We were talking about kaijus. I was lost as hell. You guys knew exactly what was going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
You proved that I'm not as much of a nerd, and I am ashamed.
You should try harder. Nerd better.
But I am throwing it out there. Maybe someone in the future, and this is just a passive suggestion. I'm not endorsing anything, but I heard that a new term come up from Twitch called swatting.
Oh no. Yeah.
And you described it to me yesterday, Scott. Please tell me what swatting is.
All right. Swatting is when people watching a live stream on Twitch call the local police department of the streamer and report a bomb threat, saying that they've got bombs and they've got weapons, something that will make the SWAT react as opposed to just basic police. And during the stream, while they're playing the game, you can actually hear cops break down the door and arrest these people for doing nothing.
Yeah, it's not that they're like, oh, you know, we caught on with your illegal activity. It seems like it's more so like just the shock factor of it, and you know, SWAT, being a SWAT team, is not going to take it lightly. They're not like the cops, like, we got a report and we were just wondering if you were going to,
Blow someone.
we're looking at it right now, and swatting has officially hit Wikipedia. And it is the tricking of any emergency service, such as 911, into dispatching an emergency response based on the false report of an ongoing critical incident. So, yeah. And there's even a history of it, saying that it's going so far back as 2008. So, that is weird.
But it's
Yeah.
wiki, so
And it says that it's happened to Ashton Kutcher, Tom Cruise, Chris Brown, Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber, thank the fuck Christ, and Clint Eastwood, which is not as good.
Well, maybe that's why we haven't been hearing about it. Because it's been happening to celebrities and they, pay to keep that shit down.
No, Josh has read something.
if you live in California and you think swatting would be a great thing to do to your favorite Twitcher, keep in mind there's a law in place that will make you bear the full weight of the response, which is up to 10 grand. So if you have the money, great, but don't do it still.
Isn't there also jail time involved?
That's just in California. So in some other cases, it could be considered obstruction or other such things. So not encouraging it, but if something happened to Pretty Rob, I would laugh. I'm just saying that much. I'm not encouraging it. I'm not endorsing it. Are you endorsing it, Josh?
Absolutely not.
Scott?
Oh, hell no.
But I would laugh. Maybe I'll go over there and just prank him one day. Just like kick down his door. In other news, Pokemon's getting a new game, but not the game that you would quite think.
And not the game that we want. Because what we want is the open world RPG. Where you're running around and you're catching Pokemon, you're battling, like, on a console. We want a full-on game.
Yeah, I would actually love like an MMO
Yeah.
RPG of that. But instead, we're coming out with, is it Pokken Tournament?
Pokken Tournament.
Which is a Pokemon fighting game.
In the Tekken style.
Though in the video that I only found and watched, there wasn't anything like the Tekken style grappling that we're so familiar with.
Yeah, because the video is Lucario and Machamp, and right now it's just blow for blow things.
Yeah.
There's
Or blow for blow because he has 4 arms.
and then the blast from Lucario.
Yeah. So it's looking more, in my mind, it's looking a little more Street Fighter-esque.
Yeah.
But you never know where it can go.
Especially something that is weird as a hybrid as this, where we're finally getting to play a game. Although I would love to be like this to be a prank.
That would be...
That would be great, but if it was a prank, I would much rather see like Machamp like punting a small like Eevee to the moon.
Side-step tossing.
Yeah, just something like that, something ridiculous. It does look like it's going to be like only the fighting type because obviously it wouldn't be fair to, or wouldn't make sense mechanically to have.
Pidgeot.
Yeah, like a Pidgeot.
Well, you could have things like Gallade, which is a psychic fighting demon.
Yeah, or like a
You could have
Scyther
Snorlax.
might work.
What?
Like a Scyther.
Yes,
might
I
work.
there we go. Thank you. But
Yeah, but it has to be something that would work in the physics of a fighting game. Like
Yeah.
they're,
Oh, yeah.
they're not going to throw in Pikachu. They're not going to throw in Onyx. Which would be goddamn ridiculous.
every move is bind.
Every move is grab you, crush you, or throw rocks at you.
But yeah, I was just like I was saying, as a prank, because the whole PETA Nintendo thing when it comes to Pokemon, right?
I assume that PETA's against it, but they're a bunch of cunts.
Well, they made a mock game that like got actually a angry notice, and this is a while back from Nintendo. They made Pokemon Black and Blue.
Go on.
And just like because it comes down to them. For them, it's animal cruelty.
And so they made a game about animal cruelty.
Yeah, to mock Nintendo, and
Even though the Nintendo games aren't animal cruelty.
Yeah.
Like they probably showed like a fucking Bulbasaur getting its like lettuce top ripped off, and it's like, oh look how bad the Pokemon game is. It's like you made that bad game. You made the bad game.
Now I'm just thinking about Pokemon Origins in the original Japanese when Charmander gets bit.
It's just howls in pain.
Blood curdling scream. Oh, it's just,
So we've got an image up of it right now.
God,
And
Pikachu got beat to shit.
It's Pokemon Black and Blue,
Yeah.
but the tagline on it is "Gotta free 'em all." And it looks like the otter's been shaved, but I'm not sure what that is. We've got a picture of it right up here for you to watch.
Yeah, but that actually got us. And Nintendo's been dealing with PETA for a while when it comes to
Yeah.
Pokemon. But they just like flat out like said, you need to stop this. We do not, we will not abide by this. It's not so much a threat, but it was just for the first time in a long time that Nintendo.
Someone made Nintendo angry.
Yes. And you don't make Nintendo angry, otherwise they make games like E.T. I can't blame them for that.
Yeah, it was an attempt.
It wasn't
But movie
even
games are
Nintendo.
always bad.
Yeah.
And E.T. started it. For E.T. But, man, like that's way more graphic than what Pokemon depicts. Which is kind of the irony of it. Like I get that it's trying to be a satire, I guess would be the correct one, where it's like, oh, if we have too many babies, we should eat the babies.
Well, if you ever read the original Japanese mangas, it's not far off. Like it's dark as shit.
I'm sorry,
Pokemon
the
dying,
little
getting-
lizard asshole right now, it looks like he has a needle in his fucking head. I assume that's not a part of his actual character design.
It's not.
No, it's dark as shit, but that's because it's realistically like they're actually fighting.
Yeah, and that I'm looking at this and saying like, that's what I assumed that if somebody used, if Tepig used Bite on Pikachu and got the ear, that's what the fuck would happen.
Yeah,
Wipe
but
that shit off.
oh wow, is there an actual game? Shut up, computer. Thank you. You're gonna keep this in.
Oh god, play.
You can play it, and there's actually a link to put it on the page. And okay, so how is this not against animal? How is this not human cruelty? Because you've got a guy sitting here with a baseball bat and it looks like a bottle.
Group hug and protest?
What kind of pussy moves use with thunder shot? Why would I hug him? Oh, this game is so stupid. I'm gonna play the fuck out of it later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the
Sure,
fuck out of
we
it.
got
a little
discipline.
Yep. And you beat him with a bat when he used dish.
Dished
Oh
out
my-
punishment to Pikachu.
Oh god, if you want to see it, it's on features.peta.org / well, if you just go to there, you'll find the Pokemon game.
Yeah, it's a parody of their black and white game.
The
Pokemon.
black white.
That is goddamn ridiculous.
But yeah, you didn't know about this. This is actually been around for a bit now.
Did you read that? He used a move called tail docking.
Anyways,
we get off this topic.
yeah, we need
We're
to
getting distracted.
yeah.
All that is you chop their tails so that you don't have to clean their assholes.
Anyways, yeah, Pokemon's coming out.
Just stop it!
Help it! I have to win!
No, Pikachu dies in a corner somewhere.
That's the way it looked.
He was in a small crate, cracked himself, broke his neck because the crate tumbled over and died of his own filth. Pikachu didn't choose that, but it was forced upon him.
But anyways, back to what I was saying about it. Before all that silliness, it was.
Oh, now we got you back because I had to close the fucking game on your laptop.
It's. Yeah. I'm done.
Yeah. But Pokken Tournament is only coming out to Japan. It's the summer, I think it's the summer of 2015.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And it's for arcades.
yeah, it's going to be an arcade fighter, which,
Just pushing. I wants to beat up Pokemon.
I'm sure eventually we'll get the arcade system.
Like when it matters.
Hell, if we get
This
an
is
office and we
Monster
get the
Hunter.
money, we can just order one.
Have there been any new arcade games?
This is Monster Hunter Frontier all over again.
We're gonna have to go to like an arcade
Museum?
sometime soon. No, like an actual like go to like
Castles and Coasters, that's the only arcade I know of.
yeah, or
It's only
game
a
days.
fact.
Game Days isn't an arcade.
Yeah, it is.
You mean Game Zone or?
No, it's the one out here in Arizona. We have it in Mason. GameWorks. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go to GameWorks and see if there's any new, like, see if you can find any machine in there that you haven't seen since the last time you visited an arcade.
I'm sure there's gonna be plenty, since the last time I went to an arcade, I was like 14.
The last time I went to an arcade, I was with school. No,
25.
wow, last year, a year and a half, 2 years ago. Yeah,
I keep forgetting you're older than me.
and with his boyish young looks, you would never tell.
That's all about.
But no, I'm convinced that if I went there, I think like 3 years ago. Yeah, it was the last time I've been to like an arcade. I went to Dave Buster's, which is like a drinking arcade, where it's like play trivia for points and tickets while you booze up.
That sounds like fun. Let's
It
go to
was
Dave
brilliant,
Buster's.
yes. But I'm almost positive that I'll see like one new arcade game where it's like, well, this wasn't here before. Like it's still gonna have Time Crisis. It's still gonna have every fighting game in the world.
Area 51.
Yeah, it's still gonna have Area 51 or Magnum Force tucked somewhere in the back. Like, hey, remember us?
Let's put coins in.
Yeah. Oh man, it'll have like 100 knockoffs of those games that I just mentioned. So like Museum Hunter, Action Jackson. Oh man. Although the Dinosaur Hunt game was the newest arcade game I saw, it was fucking amazing. You just
a
hunted.
ripoff of Jurassic Park?
No, you just hunted dinosaurs. That was the whole thing.
That's
So you either got to bring a rifle, a shotgun, or a bow and arrow.
okay. That has to be just a newer version because I remember playing that game as a kid.
Oh, yeah, it keeps getting rehashed by deer hunt people, but
Oh, well, this one you get to actually move the map and like you have a
Mhm.
special button for a rocket launcher.
Yep.
because you need it.
Yes, T-Rex. Fuck those guys.
Tiny fucking arms.
Speaking of tiny fucking arms, this sounds like a good place for a plug.
Your segue sucked.
Yeah. But that's okay, because today we have no plug besides our Amazon link, which you can still go to www.cocktalkproductions.com/cocktalkepisodes. It won't appear there, Scott's just looking crazy. But you can go there, you can click on the Amazon link after every show and buy anything. It's zero cost to you, it gives us some money, it helps us out, and it makes us maybe get married one day because we're poor. We want this to happen. We want this.
Wait, I won't be the only miserable one.
Yes, do it. Do it.
Yeah, we want to join Scott's misery. You heard that right, Scott's wife. I am so distracted by your majestic hair. I'm pretty sure that's picking up on mic too. It's just you just going with your long flowing Gabe Newell locks. I said Gabe Newell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Gabe
man.
Newell. So since we've been talking about video games, I am curious because before I think we talked about in episode 2 or 3 what would be the best video games to make into a movie, and here we are in episode 21, and I want to change that up a bit, and I want to ask you guys, what is the worst video game for a movie? We're not going to do a vote on it. There's not going to be a vote on the Cog Talk page. But I just want to hear everyone's suggestions. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Facebook. But I want to hear your guys.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter the movie? Like, oh yeah, they were a couple.
The worst one that was.
The
No,
worst
no,
one that you can make.
That you can make.
Like, mine would personally be a Tetris movie.
Damn you, Pat.
Yeah, because it would be like Battleship, where it's like this has nothing to do with the game besides the fact that there is a battleship. And it would be like archaeologists figuring out like the only way out of the tomb is to keep like rotating these blocks. But it'd be really dramatic because there's monsters and stuff like that, and you have to like drop the blocks on the monsters too.
You have to play against the monsters in one room.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be like just the game of like bricks, like here's a plot line of what's going on with bricks. But I'm saying like they would have to like Michael Bay it. Yeah, so it would be like 1 part Indiana Jones and 3 parts shit. And 17 parts explosions. And that's a Michael Bay movie.
Now see that would be.
What's a video game that you got, Scott? I see you staring off into space longingly.
I'm trying because you took Tetris from me. That's the
Tell you
one
what,
I was
give me a video game and I can make a bad movie out of it. I guarantee it. Goddamn to you.
Fine, you brought it up. We just talked about it. Pokemon.
Pokemon? Okay. Well, we talked about it off camera, and this would be the amazing movie of it, which would be Pokemonic Park. Which is Jurassic Park with Pokemon. You people already know how this should go. Pokemon get loose, they get wild, they start attacking people.
And then
Pokeball
someone says the line.
Yep, Pokeballs are handed out to all the remaining surviving park visitors.
And we have to catch them all.
There you go.
Pokemon.
The bad Pokemon movie would be
Apocalypse.
They
Did you not see that
we create them,
video?
they turn on us, and we all die.
There's a YouTube video of Pokemon Apocalypse. It's a movie trailer. It's the worst piece of shit I've ever seen.
Oh god. Anyways, in my mind, the worst Pokemon movie would work out like a Dragon Ball Z movie. Where it's like, oh no, there's one big Pokeball, but don't worry, Pichu's charging up his Thunderbolt. Pika! And then Pichu explodes into white light. And then he comes back as Super Pikachu, with he has yellow, more yellow hair.
Or he just comes back as Raichu.
No, he won't ever evolve because he just likes him the way he is, yes he does.
So he becomes Super Pikachu, which is inherently different than regular Pikachu.
Why not? I don't know how this works.
Oh, I'll explain it. Mega Evolution.
Is there a Mega Evolution Pikachu?
No.
I think there might be a new one. Because they haven't released a full list yet. Anyways, live action Cubert.
Oh god, that would be so fucking fun to watch. But only if they didn't censor Hubert. Because remember, every time that he died, it would come up with like all the asterisks and stuff like that, like he was swearing.
Mm-hmm. That's how he was talking all the time, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying like for some reason the audience would get the unfiltered version. Like they would release like the PG version and then the unrated version.
So he's like foul mouth from Tiny Toons.
Exactly, like motherfucker, god damn, oh my mother, god, this son of a bitch over here decides to fucking walk his way.
Oh, that'd be horrible.
And would it be like there's a bigger threat in the world if he doesn't light up all these little tiles?
The shadows.
The shadows.
The shadows devour the world, and only he can turn on the light.
From below it devours unless Hubert can stop the invasion.
Oh, God.
There's like a general for some reason, like, you're the only one that can save us, Hubert. You've got this. And Hubert's like,
Say Moxie in that voice for me.
Moxie. Why am I saying Moxie?
Say Chutzpah.
Chutzpah. Oh, man. It's hard because I'm talking in my throat, so I can't. Chutzpah. Sarsaparilla. That one was easier, but the chutzpah, I can't do it in that voice. We're fucking professional. Oh, I had another one and I just lost it. Buffering. Farmville. In a farm overrun by weeds. One gardener stands above the rest. Or Plants vs. Zombies, the movie.
That would actually be good.
Oh, God.
I would watch the shit out of
Because I want them to explain how they make some of those plants. Like the walnut.
Now that I think about it, it would actually make like a really good, like, I wouldn't say Pixar, but like DreamWorks movie would probably pick that up.
Yeah.
Or like this all the kind of blocky anime, or what was it? Like Cartoon Network when they were doing a lot of the CG shows, like
Oh,
we
yeah.
had Green Lantern and Star Wars, which I'm loving the Green Lantern series. But like it'd be all that like blocking thing, and it would have to be. I feel like the whole thing would be gibberish. Like, would you give them voices, like, so that way they can coordinate like what they're doing?
Of course. You have to.
give me the last one more time. Oh shit. Yeah, would you do it like Garden Warfare style, where it's like side A versus side B?
Oh yeah.
So it's like a child's version of Red versus Blue.
There you go.
Oh, I want to see that now so bad.
Why are we here?
Someone planted us a long time ago.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, why are we here?
Why are we stuck in this stupid fucking alleyway with goddamn zombies on the other side?
It's not even a defensible position.
I love you guys so much.
Why? Because we remember the first episode.
Yes. You know what? Now I'm gonna email Bernie with that
No.
idea, and I want them to do it.
They've got enough shit.
Yeah, with
They
the
do.
laser
Like,
team.
I heard, I was listening to their podcast, the Rooster Teeth podcast, for those of you who for some reason don't know. And they said that they had something like 40 projects in development.
Which
at
is
any
high
time.
for them. I think they usually have 20 to 25.
Well, that's in
We're basic
that's
fucks.
in development stage. So like before production, you have development, and before development, you have like
Pre-production.
yeah, pre-planning.
Yeah, planning.
Like pretty much
Pre-development.
development. Yeah. So to have those, like that number of things going on, and they have an office of like 80 people. I think it was like 80 to 100. Consider that not all of those people are artists or like content creators. Like you have your HR, you have your managers, you have
Accounting, yeah.
all that stuff. That is fucking ridiculous. That means like each person pretty much has like their one project where it's like, fuck, I gotta sit here and make immersion. I gotta sit here and make like Red versus Blue by myself. Like that's the equivalent of like they're of course on teams, but
Yeah. Multiple people doing multiple projects.
fuck me in the ass. Speaking of fucking me in the ass, Custer's Revenge would be a horrible video game. Goodbye, Scott. Goodbye, Scott.
Take me with you.
Scott has left the table. I'm just saying, we wanted the worst. I think I got the worst. For those of you who don't know Custer's Revenge, stay innocent. Just don't watch it.
Oh no,
For those of you that don't know, pay the fuck attention in school. Yes, I learned about that in school.
You learned about the video game Custer's Revenge in school.
No, the actual incident.
Okay. And you know the game of Custer's Revenge.
Yes.
Why would you bring school into this mix?
Because they decided to teach you, I don't know,
Oh,
history.
I was a very twisted child.
You don't know what the game is.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Explain it to me.
yeah.
You running around as custard fucking Indian women. Well, Native American women.
Tied to cactuses.
Yeah.
So it's a game.
While dodging arrows.
That was. I didn't know about dodging arrows part. All I know is it's sex.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's all it is getting from one side of the screen to the other side of the screen where there's a naked woman tied to something. And keep in mind, this isn't like an Xbox 360 release. This is like an Atari release.
Yeah, it was 8. I think it is an Atari game.
It's like barely 8-bit.
Yeah.
So I'm not like suggesting like this horribly like graphic game where it's gonna be like heavy. It's not gonna be like heavy rain on steroids when it comes to like all the bad things that can happen. But it's just like a low side scrolling game, but that would make an awful Like, Custer stands up and fucking pulls the arrow out and is like, alright, let's go. Or he's resurrected from the dead like a Lazarus pit and comes back wrong. It's like Pet Cemetery.
But with way more penises.
Oh god. So did I win?
Yes, you win.
So that's why we're not
I quit playing.
I was told it wasn't a game.
Well, now it's not. I've ruined it.
It's horrible. Can we please move on?
Yeah.
We shall. As we do in the past, we talk about dumb people doing dumb things, and criminals are pretty dumb people.
Yeah.
So I've got some dumb criminals to report on.
Ooh.
I'm going to give you an either or up front. Let me read you the titles. You tell me which one you want first. First title: stripper who hung up on cop trying to find her missing child tells him, "I have to go on stage." Or babysitter 22 got all stabby when man refused to have sex with her.
Babysitter.
You know, we're going to start with the stripper. Get to the babysitter.
Yeah, the babysitter's gonna be the good one. Talk about the stripper.
Just by the titles. I want to know what happened to the stripper's child.
Stripper's child. Sounds like the most awful Boys to Men cover ever.
No, that's more like Destiny's Child, but
Her cousin. Stripper's child.
Stripper's child.
it's their cousin's band.
It's what the other ones that weren't Beyonce became. Oh, jokes.
I just thought it was a more honest name.
Throw your arms around me if I give you permission. Alright, so stripper who hung up on cop trying to find her missing child explained, "I have to get on stage." This is from thesmokinggun.com/Buster. A Florida stripper yesterday hung up on the cop on the phone while trying to locate her missing 10-year-old daughter because she was due on stage at a gentleman's club. Bobby Joe Boucher.
Are you making this up?
I am not making this up.
Wait, hold on. Are you sure that's not Adam Sandler?
That was just Bobby Boucher.
You sure this isn't like some kind of like incepted media stunt?
Sorry, now I'm picturing Adam Sandler as Bobby Boucher.
As a
That
stripper?
kid gets on stage, like, I gotta get on the pole. And just like charges the pole and it's like. Like for some reason getting angry makes him better at dancing. Oh, and put the baby in the corner. No, you're wrong, Colonel Sanders. These heels look perfect with my dress that I won't be wearing soon. She was arrested last night for misdemeanor obstruction and booked into the Pasco County Jail. Boucher, pictured right. Bing.
I'll put her over my head.
Yes. It was released this morning, which is not this morning, obviously, this morning, the report, after posting a $663 bond.
Oh, from her.
She left the child at a barbecue while she went to work, and grandma noticed that the kid never came back and called the cops. And the kid was found around 9 p.m. And her mother was arrested an hour later.
They had a tearful reunion and the cops like, yep.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, first of all, who leaves a kid at a barbecue?
Like, yeah, this sounds like a random ass barbecue too. Like,
Yeah, if it were a family barbecue, then okay.
oh look, there's people at the park barbecuing. Go hang out with them, sweetie.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, mom obviously knew of the barbecue and left her at the barbecue. But it says here that grandma was at home and the kid didn't come home, so she called the cops.
Oh,
So from the time that she left the kid at the barbecue to the time that grandma called, who was watching the kid?
I don't know. The kid?
the barbecuees. That's what I'm asking about.
Kid was 10 years old. So that's what? Fourth grade?
You're the teacher.
But that's when I
Yeah,
had
it's
to,
about 4th grade.
that's when I had to walk up a hill and downhill 7 miles both ways in the snow to get to
Without
school.
shoes.
Without shoes.
Yeah. But was your mom a stripper on top of that?
No. At least I didn't know.
No one called you pole child.
I feel like that's an insult to Polish people.
You goddamn pole child. Oh god.
You apologize.
Well, I'm Polish, so I'm allowed to say it. I am. Yes.
That's great.
50% Irish, 25 Vietnamese, 25 Polish.
Like the weirdest mix.
Barely enough.
It's potatoes, rice, and sauce, and kielbasa. I'm a kielbasa stew in one person. I'm kind of broken, Josh.
So gay. Sorry.
They could have called her a plastic pumps child. Because the see-through hooker heels. I don't know, I can't think of anything derogatory to be like calling a child of a stripper.
Your mom takes off her clothes for money. Anything about it is funny. It doesn't have to be one specific
But if I
thing.
say pole child, obviously I'm fucking racist.
Well, you
Oh,
told me, like,
My dad seen your mom naked. Oh, she's 10 years old. What the
He
hell
gave
kind of
her
insults
$1.
are kids coming up with these days?
My mommy would kick your mommy's ass. So yeah, well my mommy would outdance your mommy's ass. My mommy makes more than your mommy. I doubt that.
I'm always gonna get a butt lift, so she's gonna have a better ass than your mom. Like, I imagine there's gonna be like a different set of values for the child of a stripper.
Like she's the one bullying other kids. What does your mom do for a living? A nurse? That's great. How many hours does she work? 60? Well, my mom only has to work 23. She pulled in 6 G's this week. I get to see my mommy during the day because she only works at night. Stripper child bully might just be the best thing. It goes so well with Custer's revenge. Like for the most awful things I've said on a podcast.
Hey, you're officially winning.
Yes, I'm beating Josh, which is an achievement in
Yes,
life.
it is.
Next story. Because of segues. Cops. Babysitter 22 got all stabby when man refused to have sex with her. I'm not going to say what race she is, but I will give you her name. And that is Shakiria Anquineta Shane Long.
She's Chinese.
One more time.
Shakiria Anquinet Shan Long.
Oh.
Shenlong? She's a dragon.
No, apparently she's the stabby kind of bitch you gotta watch your kids.
Yeah. Instead of this picture right here that I'm showing, I'm just going to show this picture of Bing Fang Boom. Bing Fang Boom got all stabby. And Iron Fist cock blocked him. That is a nerd joke if I ever heard one. The 22-year-old Florida woman, fancy that, because Florida's full of bad people, stabbed a man in the neck earlier this month after he declined her requests to have sex, police allege. Long, pictured from before, was barbecuing and drinking with friends at a Fort Pierce home on August 12th when trouble began. The witness said that he was lounging on a couch when Long and the victim, Eugene Sylvester, entered the residence. The suspect was screaming that she wanted the victim to have sex with her, cops reported, but Sylvester, 32, declined Long's advances, telling her to go back where she has been all day and have sex. Go fuck at the barbecue with the little stripper kid, Scott. You just go back over there. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know why he's from the South. We heard Florida.
Yeah.
But I gave him like a Georgia accent. Go have sex with Carl. I wearing Scott's brand today.
I might have an aneurysm out of stupidity.
Because of Carl.
Carl.
He's so good. He was all fine.
He was fine and I just snuck it in there.
Damn you, Pat.
Like
God
Custer.
damn you.
So Mr. told cops that Long was his children's babysitter. Long, who was known as Sha, subsequently followed Sylvester to his room where she allegedly grabbed a knife and started jabbing at him with the weapon. She then beckoned the witness, telling him that she had stabbed Sylvester and that he was leaking. Leaking? That's in quotes. Leaking?
Leaking blood?
No, just leaking, period.
Like his body faucet was left on.
Is that slang?
Arr.
Ah, are you Googling leaking like after stab wound?
But you're an urbanologist. You need to be able to
I've
translate
never
all
heard
that.
that.
Technically, at this point, you're our language decryptor after figuring out what Shrek means. You just Googled leaking and that's what, oh god. Anyways.
Apparently it qualifies as an answer.
The witness told investigators that he pressed a towel to Sylvester's neck and began walking him home, but Long ran after them and started punching the victim in his face. Maybe it would just better to have sex at this point.
I don't know.
During police questioning, Sylvester, who's
Leaking, bleeding, Urban
wow,
Dictionary.
thank you, Urban Dictionary. When was
And
that added?
check-
2003. That works. During police questioning, Sylvester, whose wounds needed a few stitches, said he did not want to have sex with Long due to her heavy drinking. While confirming that Long stabbed him in the neck, Sylvester said that he did not want to press charges against her. Suspicious. Suspicious. Collared for felony battery, Long was booked into the St. Lucie County Jail, where she remains locked up. At the time of the stabbing, Long was free on $3,750 bond in connection with a June 6th arrest for her disorderly intoxication, resisting arrest, and battery on a law enforcement officer. That bond was canceled following this month's bust. So she had already been to jail once for being drunk and beating the hell out of a cop. I don't want to say beating the hell. I don't know how well this fight
Attempting to
went.
beat the hell out of
But
it.
a confrontation with a cop. And now she was partying up at a barbecue. Came to this guy's house. Do me or die.
And he chose to die.
Yeah, it was.
He said no to cotton.
How bad do you have to be where it's like, I don't want you to do me. It's like, no. He's like, I'm going to stab you if you don't. And he's still like, still no. I would rather be stabbed. Thank you.
In fact, you made it easier because I'm leaking my penis blood. So yeah.
Well, it said stabbed in the neck, not in the dick.
No, main artery. He's lost pressure.
Yeah.
Can't get it up anymore.
Well, I'm sure that if she's as bad as it sounds, it wasn't up to begin with.
No, I just made it a shirt thing. Because you can lie to that. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But the whole, like, you get stabbed in the neck and you evidently get, like, punched in the face as you're leaving from being stabbed in the neck. And it's like, no, I don't want to press charges. Like, how do you explain this? I don't know. She's
Stab his ass again.
She's just Sha. Don't worry about that. That's just how she is.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, you know, it's a little unbalanced. I'm late with the kids' child payment, or with the kids' babysitting payment. And, yeah, I don't want to press charges.
I feel like it would really stunt her development as a person in society.
Yeah, it's not going to go good with her rehabilitation from beating the hell out of a cop. I'm looking out for what's best for Sha.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Not in Florida.
I don't want to live on this planet.
Well,
Because this is just, the crimes that we have been reading on this podcast are just the U.S. Imagine what's going on in, like, fucking Romania.
you know what? I imagine they're like all serious problems. I imagine we just have too much free time, so we get into trouble over asinine shit.
I challenge you.
Alright.
Challenge is set. The next podcast, we're gonna have a dumb criminals around the world. I feel like we need the Carmen Sandiego thing, like boom ba boom ba boom ba boom ba.
Fucking hate you, Pat. God damn you.
Done.
It's stuck in my head again. Fucking Pat. You did that on purpose, and I know it. You're a dick.
I can make it worse. From the scenes of Carl Malina.
I want to remake that song now. No, how you started that was mbop.
No, that's the same beginning. I guarantee it. Because it's the doom da doom da. It's the like. Is that scatting?
I have no idea.
It's the acapella. It's the. They're doing the mbop thing.
Yeah.
But it's only because I know that because 98 KPD has been doing Where in the World is Casey Kasem's Rotting Corpse.
Alrighty then.
Yes, it's an awful game, but it's also great. And
Can we stop now?
hmm?
Can we stop now?
Do you want to stop?
I might have an aneurysm if we keep going. Do we have more topics?
Go on.
John wants to kill me.
Yes, we do have more topics. This is specifically what will piss Scott off.
Bob the video game. It's a rhythm game.
And now it's the end. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you check us out on our Facebook and Twitters, facebook.com/CogsOpProductions. You can catch me on the main CogsOp Twitter at cog_stop. Josh, where can they catch you?
Man Must Evolve on Twitter, and that's really it.
And Scott,
At New Bill Scott.
also at Carl.
Bop.
Yeah, at Mbop Carl.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to embrace this, and I'm going to make that Twitter account.
Good. I am going to spam you with Hanson pictures.
Oh, I'm never going to be on it. I'm just going to take the name.
Matter of fact, I'm putting out the rallying call. You are getting so many pictures of either Carl with 4 A's that kills people. No, not.
No. There's the meme for it.
Yeah. Anyways, either Walking Dead's Carl or Hanson. Just pictures and pictures of Hanson. And that's all you'll get for a week. Even if I'm the only one sending you.
Then we take all of them, put them into a slideshow, and put them on the episode. You fuckers can feel my pain.
Never. Yeah, but that I think that's the end of the episode. So, yeah. Just remember, Scott, if you're gonna beat the hell out of Josh after this, you have to scream War Machine. And I think that's it. So, take care. Carl is spelled with a K.